Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be all about how I've adjusted to my life after being in college and, being in school for, I'm 23 and I've been in school since I was, I think, 4. And it's such a long routine that you fall into, and when you get out, it's like such a huge adjustment. And especially this time, all of my friends are still in school and they just had to leave school because of the coronavirus, and it's their last semester of college. And I know a lot of them because I was on dance team, and their last dance show was canceled, and it sucks and it's horrible. And I know that hopefully, our graduation ceremony won't be canceled, but it's postponed as we know so far. So I'm going to talk about some of my adjustments that I've made when it comes to adjusting outside of college. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video and find this video helpful in some way, because I've been out of school now since December and it is March, so that's 3 months of being out of school, and it still feels surreal. So I hope you guys keep on watching. So when I got out of school, I fell into this routine, especially in college. You go to college for the fall semester, and then you break for winter break, and then you go back for spring semester. You have the week of spring break, and then afterwards, you push through, and then you have summer vacation, and then you go back to school, and then you have school, you have break, spring semester break, rest of the semester, home for the summer. And it's this routine that you fall into. And obviously I finished in December of 2019, and after Christmas break was over, and after Christmas was over and New Year's was over, I was getting a little bit of I want to go back to school, I need school, even though school is tough, and it is very tough, and all of you should be proud if you are any of my friends from my school itself. You all should be so proud of how far you guys are coming, and especially to my senior friends. Even though things are happening that we can't control, it's not your fault, and you are going to be able to adjust to being at home. And when I was finishing up my winter break, my body and my mind was like, okay, now we're gonna go back into school. But then when everyone went back to school, I was like, what's happening? And it still really hasn't hit me, but it has at the same time. That feeling of the fact that I can go out with my boyfriend, I can go out with my friends that I have here back at home that I haven't been able to see since we all have been in school. I can go out with them and not worry about doing any kind of homework that's due at a certain time. And I still I had this routine of, a typical day at school where I would have class in the morning, and then I would have class in the afternoon, and then I usually worked, or I usually had dance, or I hung out with my friends. I usually would get up at 7 o'clock, I would shower, I would go get breakfast, and then I would have class 8:30 to 10:30, and then I would go meet up with my friends at the caf, or I would go meet them at Dunkin' Donuts, and then we would have lunch, and then we would wait until lunch was over, and then we would go to whatever class we needed to go to, and then we'd go to class, and usually I went back to my room for a little bit, hung out with my roommate, and then I'd go to dinner, and then come back to my room with my roommate, or I would go to dance team, or I would go to work, where I would work at school, and I would sit down, I would write down all my stuff, I get my cup of coffee, I do my homework, and then I go to bed. And it's such a routine that you fall into that you do daily. And when am I going to be done with school, and then once you're done with school, it's such a big adjustment. And it's like there's so many like feelings that you go through. Like, I have been sad because all my friends are at school, and I went through the 2 months of not having a job, and I worked at school for like 2.5 years, and I did have this daycare job that I was going to work at, but I went to interview them in like Thanksgiving time, and then had to like re-interview or whatever, and then I re-interviewed and they didn't want me, so I was like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do, because I had no money and I had to pay my bills, and I wanted to go out with my friends, or I wanted to buy stuff, and I had no money and I didn't know what to do. So when I did not have a job at the time, I got involved with myself, because you can get super depressed and you get super upset because the routine you have that you fall into subconsciously is gone, and you don't know what to do. So one thing that really helped me is, even though like I don't have an assignment notebook right now, I have a notebook and I usually write things down. So I would make a schedule for myself where, at 10 a.m. I get up for breakfast, and I would journal, and I would read a book, and then I would have my workout, and then I would do different things, like I would clean up my vanity, and then I have lunch, and then I would do laundry, and then I would go through my closet, or I would clean my makeup brushes, or I would edit and upload a video, and I would do different things that I wanted to do. One major thing that I did was I cleaned out my closet, and I donated a bunch of clothes, and I'm still gonna do that, and it's still a work in progress. But since being away from school, I've had to find different things that I want to do in my room. I have totally rearranged my room. I used to have my TV right up there, but now it's right here at the end of my bed. I have added a bunch of stuff to my walls, and I readjusted like my living space, because again, you're living on your own for 4.5 years, and then you get out of school and you're suddenly living at home, and after living away from my room for so long, I was like relieved to come home, and it's always such a nice relief to be able to be home right now. And I readjusted my living space, and I made it more positive. So like everywhere I look in my room, there's always something positive that I can look at. Like behind me is my tapestry, and it says to dream all of the dreams. Up above my closet, I have a whole new like sticker wall where I have butterflies all over, and it says spread your wings and fly. And I think that's really helped me adjusting to living at home, is making my space, because this is my space, this is my room, even though I live with my parents, I've made it positive, and I've made it, like my home, because it is my home. And, when I'm away at school, I would tape up so many things. I'd tape up pictures, I would tape up posters, and then you come home, and I made that little adjustment where I've cleaned up my room, and I've rearranged my room, and I have so much positivity in my room that I really can't get like upset, because even though like a poster might blend into the wall, I still look at it and I'm like, that's my positivity that I need in my own living space. Another thing that I've gotten involved in is definitely my Netflix and my Hulu and Disney Plus, and it's so nice to be able to watch TV shows without like in the back of my mind like, oh my god, I have to do this homework assignment, but I have to watch like this Friends episode for the 100th time, and like I'm gonna watch this episode. And I don't feel that pressure of like procrastination. Like I can enjoy my TV show without being worried about school. And, you know, not just like, you know, I do watch TV a lot now. But another thing that I've done is I've been trying to read a lot more. I talked about this in my March favorites video, and it is such a good book. And you need like positive books, and there's so many good positive, like, you know, life books out there, and this is definitely one of them that I highly recommend. And you know, you just need to keep yourself going and, you know, get new things for your room. I got a whole new TV stand for my TV, and I bought my new French press and my new kettle for my tea and my coffee. I have, you know, adjusted everything in my life because myself I'm going through a big adjustment. And, you know, you have every right to feel upset and to feel sad and to feel angry because it's something that you have to go through. And especially to my friends and any other college graduate that's watching this, that had to end their whole semester early. But when you're home, you know, you can just still stay in that routine. You know, I have to get up, I have to do this class or whatever, and you know, take each day as it comes. Like another big struggle that I went through when I got out of college is I had that job for 2.5 years, and that was my source of income where I could pay for my phone, I could pay for my credit card bills, I could pay for my things. And then now that I'm out of school, I didn't have a job for 2 months. And one weekend I was over at my boyfriend's house and he was video gaming, and I was like, I'm gonna fire out like 30 applications. And I fired out like applications to everything on job sites. Definitely use those job sites when all this coronavirus stuff is over. I am sure that there'll be places that I'll be hiring hopefully soon. But I went to college for the 4.5 years, and I graduated with a degree, and I'm so blessed to have that. But at the same time, I'm not working at a job that I wanted when I got out of college. I do like my job, even though I'm not really treated as good as I should be at another job. I eventually want to be a teacher. That is a lifelong goal of mine that I've had ever since I worked in my church. And I get out with my English degree, and I am so happy and blessed that I have that. But when I was in college, I dropped my education major halfway through my junior year, and then I didn't have enough space to do a minor because I was full of like my credit limit, so I didn't have space to do any kind of like minor classes, or I didn't have a GPA good enough to do an internship. I didn't have a GPA good enough to keep my education major, and it was super discouraging. But at the same time, I still tried, and I had interviews at daycares, and I had an interview at this daycare at my boyfriend's work where it went great, and he talked to her about me, and he said, my girlfriend is very experienced with kids and she loves kids and she really wants to be a teacher. So I went into that interview, and they have a whole program online where if I'm an employee, I can earn my degree online for free, and it's such a good plan. But right now with the virus, it's closed. So right when you get to like a high, like I found like whenever I get to like a good high point in my life, it's gone. And there's going to be so many things that's going to happen to you in your life when you adjust from living in college to living at home. that is going to be out of your control, like the coronavirus. If the coronavirus didn't happen, I probably would be working at that daycare right now, and I would be making lesson plans instead of making copies. But you just have to take each day by day as it comes. And, you know, you're going to feel sad. You're going to feel angry. You're going to feel lost. You're going to feel alone, because I have talked to like 2 of my best friends from college, and, you know, everyone right now, of course, is busy, but at the same time, you know, I lost friends as well. Surrounded with all my close girlfriends at school, and then having that gone. And, like, I still text them, I still talk to them, or try to reach out to them as much as I can, but it's just, life gets so busy, and life just gets out of your hands sometimes, but at the same time, it's okay, and it's something that is going to happen, because there's going to be things that you can't control, like the fact that you live at home and your friend lives 3 hours away. But one thing that you can control is you can get up and you can say, I'm going to make a list of things I'm going to do. I'm going to do these things, and if I don't do these things, I'm going to carry them on to the next day. And you can check off different things that you accomplished, because, you know, in school, like I said, you have a list of tasks that you have to tackle, and then you finish those tasks, and then you feel accomplished. But when you're outside of school, you don't have homework to do anymore. You don't have assignments to do anymore. So you don't have to do anything necessarily, but, you know, clean your room, you can clean your closet, you can rearrange your room, you can start investing in your savings account, you can start investing in yourself. One thing that really helped me is I got a wellness tracker from Target, and this was like $3, and it's super small and it's super simple, but like, this was my month for January, where it gave me a whole calendar, and I have like little boxes of checklists each month. I have my mind, my body goal, my soul goal, and then I have goals itself, and then I have to-do lists, and then I have weekly habit tracker, where I have habits that I want to fulfill or like stick to that month, because it's very easy to fall out of habits as well. And then I had just daily little blocks of things, but something like this really has helped me when it comes to like remaining healthy physically and emotionally. But yeah, I mean, it is a very huge adjustment, and it is a weird adjustment as well, because it's like you expect to feel a certain way. Like, I read somewhere it was like at a different time in my life I wanted to like be where I'm at right now, like my like whole junior year really sucked. I went through a really bad breakup, and I had to drop education, and my family and I had to move out of our house that we've been in our house for 23 years, or 20 years at that time. And those are a bunch of things that I couldn't control, but a lot of things I couldn't control, but things that happened to me in my life. And like by that time, I was like so ready to get out of school and like be an adult and like graduate college. But now I've graduated college, and like I so wish that I enjoyed that time in my life, even though I was going through so much struggles and so many difficulties in my personal life and in my schooling. I still wish that I dragged out that time, because now that I'm out on my own, well, not on my own, but I'm living at home, and you know, my parents have their own jobs and their own bills to pay for, and my friends live 3 hours away, and I'd give anything for another week in the dorms, even though the food wasn't that good and the beds were super uncomfortable, but I was still surrounded by all my friends, and I was able to live on my own and do my own thing. Just stay positive during this time, and I hope I gave people good advice when it comes to living outside of college and life outside of college, because it is a very big adjustment, and I think I've said that at least 20 times. But it really is, and it's a beautiful time, it's a stressful time, and it is a time that's in between stressful and beautiful. But I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I hope you all stay healthy out there, and wash your hands, and keep yourself going each day, because you are the only person that's going to be with you at the end of the day. And like in Demi Lovato's new song, like, why are you always looking for a ride or die when your heart's going to be one that you're going to have for life? And it is so true, because I have planned my life around college, I've planned my life around my relationships, I have planned my life around living in Woburn for the rest of my life, and you're thrown so many curveballs through your life, and you just need to remember who you are and remain true to yourself, and know that you're beautiful inside and out, and this too shall pass. This whole virus thing will pass, and you know, get outside, get a good walk, get some fresh air, and know that also summer is coming, which is wonderful. And yeah, I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I will see you all in my next video, and I love you all. And if you need any kind of support in any way possible, you totally can reach out to me. I am here. I have nothing, well, I don't have anything to do, but I'm not in school, and I am open for anybody who needs the support and love that everybody needs at this time. So anyways, I love you all. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in my next one. Mwah! Bye guys!